everybody, my name is Puppeteer from the Geeky Puppet Show here on the Geeky Puppet Show. Today, for what? For what? Oh, it is the second part of the night Gwen Stacy died, otherwise known as the Green Goblin's Last Stand. But before we dig into this fantastic issue, finishing the, I guess we could call it the Goblin Saga, as it were, let's go ahead and introduce our cast. Let's go ahead and pull them up. And here. To my side, it is Zach, who's willing to avenge Gwen Stacy tonight, playing the role of Spider-Man!
That's one. That's one. I don't know how many times he's going to yell that. That's the first one. I'm counting.
Not enough.
Yes, and at the side, he's got a little mute on right there, but it is that little green fella you all know and some of you love, Froggy!
Hello, and that's one for Froggy.
Yeah. Hey, Froggy!
Hi, how's it going?
It's going.
It's really hopping, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm looking good for a corpse.
I did it to Breen every day.
Oh, now
wait, the evil black cat, is he writing Froggy's lines tonight?
I think
No.
so. Because now I'm getting the Breen treatment.
He's on the payroll.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And below you can see her. She's every woman in the world, including the dead ones tonight. It is Maranya!
Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, if you watch us on the replay.
And of course, that warm voice you all know and you all love. It is Mr. Breen as our narrator.
Narrating this.
Ooh.
As he pulls it out of his
Magic
cartoon
couch.
The magic couch.
The magic couch.
Oh, show it again.
It's like an Animaniac's back pocket. You just reach behind and pull
Yeah.
out everything.
Look at that. Yeah, no, that's great.
That is
That is
All
pretty.
right. First thing I have to do, though, is turn off my camera.
Aw.
Yay!
small victories.
Aw.
Let's go.
That's why the screams of Spider-Man are so loud. And so there's no visual, so it's just like double on the audio.
Mhm.
That's right. That's
In fact,
how
that such a little mouth can produce that scream like a banshee.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah?
You want to go ahead and read that title for us, Mr. Breen?
The Amazing Spider-Man.
Heads up, wall crawler. First I finished off Gwen Stacy, and now it's your turn.
Wrong, Goblin! You murdered the only girl I'll ever love! And today's the day you're going to die! Very angry.
The Green Goblin's Last Stand. Stan Lee presents The Amazing Spider-Man.
She's dead, Spider-Man. The woman you love is dead. There's nothing you or any other costumed interloper can do to revive her. Well, actually, there are quite a few ways. But don't worry.
Where's
My
Doctor Strange? Where's
My
the time
fine
stone?
foe. You'll not be long apart. Soon you shall join her beyond death.
I wouldn't bet on it, Goblin. Only one man's going to die this day, and Mister, it won't be me. Sounds kind of chipper for a guy holding his dead girlfriend. Hey, Mister.
This is it. The Goblin's Last Stand. A tale so powerful, only these men could produce it. Jerry Conway, scripter. Gil Kane, artist. John Romita and Tom Mortellaro, inkers. Art Simek, letterer. Dave Hunt, colorist. Roy Thomas, editor.
Roy Thomas.
Made in 2016.
My guy.
All-star lineup.
Look at that page.
That's
Whew.
gorgeous. Look at that detail.
I want the ornament. It says Goblin Last Stand.
And I want to point out before we go any further, that was all drawn by hand.
Yes.
Amazing. Or maybe you've already forgotten. You killed Gwen Stacy. She didn't just die. You killed her. Maybe you think she deserved it because she was stupid enough to love a guy named Peter Parker, and he was stupid enough to love back. Maybe you think that makes it okay, fair in love and war. But for me, that just makes you guilty, and for it, you're going to pay.
Imbecile! Your moral standards do not impress me.
I don't know what that is. A punch in the air, maybe? I don't know.
Any more than your pitiful attempts to capture, eh?
Keep talking, Goblin. I want to remember you just as you are, a flying green elf. Arrogant, elitist, merciless, with all the ethics of a weasel. Thunderthigh attack. A weasel caught in a fatal trap. A weasel who's about to be destroyed.
No.
No? Do I hear you begging, Goblin? Don't make me sick, friend. Why should I show you any mercy? What mercy did you show Gwen? Answer me that, Goblin. Answer me that. Answer me, blast you. Answer me. Swear to me.
I'm afraid I don't need to, Parker. Crack. The question seems academic now, don't you agree?
The Goblin knows Spidey's secret identity, remember? Roy, yes, we do, Roy.
Thanks, Ryan.
This isn't a DC comic. We don't need to know Peter Parker, who is secretly Spider-Man.
Well, you don't want to confuse it for Peter Palmer.
That's true.
Or Superman.
I didn't see that cable till it was too late. Spider senses are all knocked out by my anger.
You're Peter Tingle. No.
The tingle thing. Now I'm falling, just like Gwen fell. Only this time, I'd better be able to do something about it if I ever want to get revenge.
Twip.
No. Twip. There's no.
Yeah, there's no H.
Don't call me a twit, you jerk.
Ah, by a hair. If only Gwen had had my strength, she might have been able to survive. Yeah, if.
Seconds later.
Gone. Didn't take him long to split. Too bad it won't do him any good. After what he's done, there's no place on earth he can hide from. The police! They found Gwen. That means there'll be reporters. People prying, touching her. No, I won't let it happen. Not to her. Not to Gwen.
Froggy.
I'm gonna get hell for this.
Spider-Man!
Back off, cop! Nobody goes near this lady. You hear me? Nobody!
It's true what they say. He's a maniac.
Maniac. Right on, mister.
Let go of me, Sarge. Don't you see? He must have killed her.
I don't see any of the kind, rookie. I see a man in pain, and that's what you'd see if you had eyes.
And that Spider-Man really doesn't seem to like me.
Man, racist.
Oh, good grief. Hey, Gwen, don't worry, honey. I won't let them hurt you. Everything will be okay. You'll see. Not really, because you're dead. Everything will be just as it was before, except it won't, because you're dead.
As it was before, he remembers the day he first met Gwen Stacy, his first day at college. They'd each been unsure of the other's feelings, each unwilling to take that first awkward step, until miraculously that step was taken and they found themselves in love.
Jonathan Kinsey.
Aw.
The happiness, the tragedy, in a rush, it all comes back to him. The evening Gwen's father died, and Spider Man was blamed for the death of a man he'd almost loved, Captain Stacy, who died trying to save a child. Yes, he remembers the sorrow and the self pity, the joy, the fear, and through it all, a part of it all, he remembers Gwen.
That full page.
Gwen, as much a victim of Spider Man's lifestyle as Peter Parker. Didn't his specter keep them apart?
Jameson in this panel.
Wasn't it Spider Man who stood between them and happiness? Till, in the end, he stood between Gwen and life? Well, hadn't he? Hadn't he?
Phila, I hate to do this to you, but the ambulance is here.
Ambulance? She doesn't need an ambulance, officer.
Well, I decided to say that instead of
She's-
me wagon.
She's dead, and Spider-Man killed her.
Sarge, did you hear that?
I heard it. Just shut up.
But Sarge,
I said shut up.
That's the Ecto-1. They're taking her to the Ghostbusters headquarters.
Kinky. All right, rookie. Have it your way. You're going to come with us, Spider-Man, for questioning. And take off that blasted mask.
Forget it, pal. I have an appointment with a friend.
hold it, Punk. The Sarge said.
Stuff it! I told you, I'm busy!
Ooh.
He hit the ginger. I want that to be very clear.
And it's not how my point of view.
There-
He
There's
knocked,
a
he,
man.
knocked, he knocked the ginger into the black guy.
There's a man. There's a man. You picked this issue on purpose, Puppeteer. There's a man in the city who owes me plenty. I'm gonna find him.
Something wrong
When
with that
I
boy.
do, this town's gonna be minus one green garb monster.
Shoot the wound, blasted! Shoot the wound!
Chow! Crack! Those men mean business. Kind of a pity, because so do I. I don't have time for explanations, even to the police. They'd never listen anyway, so why bother? Besides, what would I tell them? That there's a maniac loose named the Green Goblin that is really just a slightly cracked businessman named Osborn? Slightly. Norman Osborn, the father of my best friend who looks as old as he does? Yeah, how do I tell them that?
His eyes are nasty looking.
Yeah, no,
He's crazed, man.
man, if he had the black suit at this point, wow. Answer, Mr. Parker. You don't. You visit Norman Osborn's townhouse yourself.
Would you have been reading if he did?
Yes, I would. The black suit is awesome. And you settle the news. The bill comes due. Even if it means doing things you're gonna regret having to do. My spider senses aren't tingling, so that means Osborn isn't here. I didn't really believe he would be anyway. But his son, Dreamyard Harry, good ducking Harry, he's the guy I want to talk to.
Dad. Dad. Is that you?
No, look at my hair. Ah, terrific. Harry's still freaked out. Still tripping on the acid he dropped yesterday. Wow. Jeez. I'm sorry.
You're not my father.
No,
You've taken him somewhere, haven't you?
I am your father.
3, 2, 1. This is Harry's second experience with LSD. His first happened in issues 96 through 98. Roy, you had 2 issues to get it right.
Wait, I don't know you. Wait, sure,
Don't I know you?
I don't know you. I'm on LSD, leave me
He's
alone.
on acid. Calm down.
Sure, sure,
He's on
you're
DSL.
Peter. Take 2. Are we calm down here?
Yes,
Yeah.
they're fine. They're fine.
Wait, don't I know you? Sure, you're Peter. You are Peter, aren't you? Ah!
That's right, Harry. I'm Peter. And you're absolutely no use to me at all.
Give me a hug!
Wow.
You bastard!
Wow! For that matter, you're not even much use to yourself. So long, Harry. I've got more important things to do than to hold your hand.
Peter, wait! You're walking Stream Dark away! Don't Stream Dark! Walk away, please! Everyone's left me, and I'm all alone. Peter, please! I'm lonely.
Get a haircut.
He's already got the hairline of a 50-year-old.
Exactly.
Hey, I know. It's scary.
How you gonna have college age friends with a haircut like that?
He missed the part where that's his problem.
Help me!
So now it comes down to it, doesn't it, Peter? Do you stay and help your friend with those angry eyebrows?
Wow. He's super angry.
Or do you go find revenge? Simple, vicious revenge. Not much of a contest, is there?
To be fair, that's how Zach looks when he's reading Luke Cage.
Kinda. Like, no! Oh, I thought you were just gonna say that's how Zach looks all the time.
Peter! Don't go, Peter! If you leave, how can I be sure you're even here? And if you're not here, how can I be sure I am? Oh, Lord. I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about that at all. Got the munchies suddenly. So please, Peter, don't leave me like this. Don't do me like that. Don't leave me, Peter.
Slam!
I'll be all alone.
Oh, wow.
Moments later, on, or rather over, a crosstown street,
There's got to be a way to locate Osborne in a hurry.
just turn a couple pages of this book.
The police aren't likely to help me hunt down one of Manhattan's prized taxpayers, but maybe Robbie Robertson, the Daily Bugle city editor, can.
Really don't want to go talk to him. But I have to.
Better him than Jameson.
At that moment, in an office not far away, the man in question finishes reading a piece by Bugle reporter Phil Fox of Luke Cage and learns
Holy shit! Gwen Stacy's dead? I always knew that boy would do her in. I've known that girl for years. Since her father was captain in the police department. I can't bring myself.
Take my word for it, Robertson. It's true.
Spider-Man! Do you know how dangerous it is?
To ad lib?
Yeah.
My being here is? Sure, Robbie. I understand. I'll lay odds the cops have already told the press I'm responsible, haven't they?
As a matter of fact, they have.
Never mind. I've got a favor to ask.
First, tell me if
You have any cream? I spilled my coffee.
What do you want me to tell you, Robbie? Later. Never mind. Later. I want to know two things. One, if Norman Osborn's been seen somewhere around town in the past hour. And two, if he owns any unusual properties. Warehouses, theaters, that sort of thing.
Soon, after a mystified Joseph Robertson has made those inquiries,
you're in luck, Spider-Man. Osborn owns a warehouse off of 23rd Street and 9th Avenue, and he was seen in the area just 40 minutes ago. But what could you possibly want with Norman Osborn?
Terrific. Remind me to buy you a cup of Java someday, Robbie. This is one I owe you for.
Hold it, you!
Uh-oh, here we go.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Charisma, 1973.
Robertson! Do you realize what he's done? He's a tight-wearing, whisk-grabbing, neck-snapping, tight-wearing murderer!
you said that already.
You said that already.
Oh, God! I'll say whatever I want to about Spider-Man!
Jameson, you may be a crazy white boy and my publisher, but sometimes you get things wrong. And this might be one of those times, son.
Forget it, Robbie. I've got a much better way of handling creeps like JJJ.
Take me with you.
Maybe next time he'll keep his mouth shut about things he doesn't understand. Yeah, maybe.
I bet it's tough to say a certain word like that.
I bet so. Somehow, though, I doubt it.
No, it really is hard to say it like that.
While our morose hero makes his way downtown, let us move ahead of him somewhat. To a certain ill-kept warehouse in an area of the city moist with the Hudson River breeze. A warehouse whose crumbling facade hides a sinister purpose. Which purpose we are soon to discover as we move into the recesses of the dusty building, past crates and boxes long overdue for delivery. To the single square of illumination in these shadowed halls, a door slightly ajar, and a man slightly mad.
He'll be coming soon. I can sense it. Once he's dead, I'll be free. Free to conquer, to take what is rightfully mine. They think they can destroy me. They think they can crush Norman Osborn with their petty finances and a few business reverses. What are they to a man with my power? Nothing! Nothing! In a matter of hours, the world will cringe before. Huh? Clink. Excellent.
Dominoes.
What?
Your pizza's here.
Excellent. I'll have my tip ready.
It's been 31 minutes. I don't expect to pay for it.
No
Here's a
doubt.
tip. Don't deliver to supervillains.
No doubt to my wall-crawling My wall-crawling foe expects to ambush me. If so, he's a greater fool than I've imagined. For while he guards the front, I shall exit through the rear.
Phrasing.
Phrasing, yes.
Make sure you
And
Oh,
take
even
it from the
worse.
side!
Oh, even worse.
No consent. No consent.
Raw Goblin! Tonight, it's my game, and we play by my rules.
What's the safe word?
I don't have one. Thump, wump, foot to the liver.
Not quite, my impudent friend. The Green Goblin's weapons are many. All you have are those puny web shooters.
And a black screen.
And one heck of a lot of chutzpah.
Chutzpah.
Chutzpah, excuse me. And an anger that just won't quit.
Bang. My jet flyer! You unthinking fool, you ruined it! You'll pay for that action, Parker.
Wouldn't I be thinking if I was trying to take it away from you? You're crazy.
Well, I don't care! I promise you pay!
And that is Chunt with an H.
Mister, are we living in the same universe? Or is it a Spider-Verse? You killed my woman, Goblin. And you're raging about a blasted bargain basement toy?
Walk.
Walk. Web punch. Let's get our priorities straight, punk. There's a big difference between a fancy gimmick and a human life.
Life? You talk to me of life. What worth is there in the paltry existence of one useless female? A simple, pointless girl who never did more than occupy space, while I...
That's it, Buster. That is it.
Smack.
You're talking about my lady creep. Someone I love. Loved. Right in the shoulder bone. Do you know what that means? Bunt. Have you any idea what that means?
Wonk.
I loved her, Goblin. And you took her away. Filthy, worm-eating scum.
Are you Batman now?
Swear to me. Oh, good Lord. Stars are in my head. What in the name of heaven am I doing? In another moment, I might have killed him. I would have become like him, a murderer.
And as Spider-Man drops back, disgusted with the violence that nearly consumed him, he is unaware of the reappearance of old violence in the deadly form of the Goblin's remote-controlled flyer.
Sputter, sputter, sputter. Chitty, chitty, bang, bang. Chitty, chitty, bang, bang. On your feet, Goblin. This is one time you're not escaping. You're for jail, mister. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
I'm afraid I cannot permit that, my friend. I have an exceedingly pressing appointment elsewhere.
Forget it, Goblin. In case you hadn't noticed, you don't have any ducking choice.
On the contrary, my ambitious foe, my choices are unlimited. It is you who...
My spider sense. It's tingling. Something behind me.
Godspeed,
Raising.
Spider-Man.
Yeah!
Chunk with the
Ooh.
H.
So do the proud men die at the hand of an exceedingly slow glider that took 2 panels and 5 lines of dialogue to cross the room.
It is badly damaged.
Crucified, not on a cross of gold,
Sputters, sputters.
but on a stake of humble tin.
Thump.
He's dead. Somehow I thought it would mean more.
I mean, did you not remember killing the guy in the warehouse who killed Uncle Ben?
I mean,
Dumbass.
when a man dies, even a man like the Goblin, it should mean something. It shouldn't just be an accident. A stupid, senseless accident. It's got to have a point.
Yeah, you should have let it kill you
It
first.
did, and it's in Norman's chest.
So it doesn't just mean we live in vain. Funny, I thought seeing the Goblin die would make me feel better about Gwen.
No more Palpatine. Yay!
Instead, it just makes me feel empty, washed out, and maybe just a little bit more alone.
Well, you are talking to yourself now.
That is true.
But Spider-Man is not alone. Though the identity of this shadowed observer will remain concealed for some time, the effect of his presence will soon be revealed in our next issue.
Tony Stark?
I like to watch.
Mr. Stark, is that you?
Epilogue. Mary Jane Watson has waited several hours for someone to return to the shared apartment of Peter Parker and Harry Osborn. But still, she's startled when she hears the sound of a key.
Click.
And sees the haunted form of a man she knows as Pete.
Hey, Petey, I heard about Gwen. I'm really torn up, Pete.
You? Torn up? Don't make me laugh, Mary Jane. You wouldn't be sorry if your own mother died. What do you care about straights like me and Gwen? Go on, get out of here. I know how you hate sick beds. Dang, Pete.
Oh. Maybe she's the one that meant me to deal with Mephisto after all.
Oh, and believe me, I wouldn't want to spoil your fun.
For a moment, she hesitates by the door. And then,
Tiger, you just lost the jackpot.
Click.
Oh, she stays. Ah.
And then next issue, the man called Luke Cage.
hey, go step
Is
on
it
my
really?
lines.
Oh.
Next issue, The Man Called Cage, which I say we should read next.
Hey, I'm for it. Do we have it?
Well, it's 123 on wherever the other, where you found the other two.
We do
I
indeed.
have that.
We do indeed have it.
Indubitably.
Indubitably.
I'm going to go ahead and take a moment though and say how damn good that issue is.
Oh, man.
They don't make them like that anymore, kids.
No, they don't.
If only you read it as William Dafoe. Peter. Hell. That little deep voice.
Yeah.
Okay, there was
I did the best I could.
There was one glaring omission that kept this issue from being perfect.
What?
The Agent Chunt?
Oh!
No, J. Jonah Jameson didn't get to say
Spider-Man!
even
Spider-Man!
Ouch. Ouch.
That,
Yeah,
now you try, Zach.
No.
Spider-Man!
My
But
throat's not made for
But
that.
it was made up for the fact that he left his mouth shut.
Which
True.
kept him from saying,
Hey, I did my best to go ahead and say it like
At least
Like-
the beginning.
Yes. It's just very hard when your mouth is covered in webbing,
So at this point, Mary Jane hasn't revealed that she knows that he's Spider-Man.
It's because they hadn't retconned that stupid. Never mind.
Actually, the book that where she kind of finds out is actually pretty good. If it's the
Wait,
one I
so
think it
does
is.
she know or does she find out?
No, she knows.
Oh,
They-
okay.
Is that
They-
a
they-
graphic novel?
Yeah, some dumbass retconned it to where she knew all along, which is crap.
No,
She
no,
saw
no,
him
no,
leaving
no,
apartment
no.
once, and Spider-Man entering the apartment.
Wait, was it a retcon or was that original though?
No, that was within the 200s, 250 something.
That's when she found out the first time. But then, since writers can't leave anything alone, they went back and said she actually knew from when they were kids.
Oh,
Yeah, I remember that part. But I'm talking about the original. Yeah, the original was like in the
Like
late 200s.
something.
Yeah,
It was about 2 years in issues time, and
I think 257 is actually the correct. It's after it's the Puma issue.
Yeah.
She reveals that she knew the whole entire time. She just came home and she saw him once. Spider-Man leaving his apartment building, and then she kind of like put two and together his disappearing act.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't
And
you remember? If you remember that some of the issues, there was one time they were like on a cruise ship or something like that, and then Peter is like, "I'll go get help," and and Spider-Man shows up, and she's like, "Now it makes sense."
So that's where they got it for Spider-Man: Far From Home. That's how they came up with MJ's character.
Okay, and to answer Regular's question, Stan was firmly in Gwen's camp, and John Romita Sr. was firmly in MJ's camp in terms of which they preferred.
But who was in Felicia Hardy's camp? That's the camp I want to be in.
But
She's a black cat.
She doesn't.
You're in that camp.
She doesn't want you in her camp these days.
Yeah, she's her and MJ in a camp of themselves.
I welcome the challenge.
She's making googly eyes at Maranya.
Oh. Now the question is, do we want to go ahead with the man called Cage? It is Gwen Stacy's funeral. We should finish up her night.
I think so. As long as I think it fits. If it's
Froggy,
if we can do it fairly quickly.
we should be able to do it fairly quickly. Froggy, you are Mr. Cage.
Sweet Christmas.
All right.
Gotta lower it down a little bit.
Sweet Christmas.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Read that title, Mr. Breen.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
Hang it up, web slinger. Maybe those straps, hanger types, shiver in the boots, but you're just in a job too. Luke Cage, hero for hire.
Why do you
Well,
sound like
that's
an old
ARI.
cowboy?
Yeah, you sound like a Western cowboy.
Because I'm white, I can't be black. It's impossible.
He sounds like that black
You just
sheriff.
have to,
You
you just
said
have to
Robbie
lower the
Robinson.
tone, man.
I just have
Relax,
to hold
please.
a tone like this, and it sounds really bad. Either way.
Just let me get back on old paint, and then I'll go
Hey,
on
I
out of this
can't
here
help it.
issue.
You can take the cowboy out of the West, but you can't take the West out of the cowboy.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Just a man called the Cage Kid.
Oh, no.
Cage Wayne.
Who do you suppose wants Norman Osborn dead, Jonah?
You know the answer to that as well as I do, Robinson.
But say it for me.
It was Spider-Man! Spider-Man!
JJ sounds really broken
Hey,
up.
Norman just woke up.
He was revived.
Jerry Conway, scripter. Gil Kane and Johnny Romita, artist. Johnny Romita and Tom Mortellaro, inkers. Artie Simek, letterer. Dave Hunt, colorist. Roy Thomas, editor. Do your job this time, Thomas. You've messed up 2 issues in a row.
Go ahead and take
2
it.
strikes.
No, Mr. Jameson, we can't be sure. There's a great deal of webbing around here, it's true. But there are also several of the Green Goblins explosive pumpkins, so maybe I...
Hogwash! Those pumpkins are a plan to take away our suspicion from that webbed menace. Norman Osborn was murdered by Spider-Man! And I won't rest until that wall-crawling killer has been made to pay.
The Ghostbusters car makes another appearance.
With a case of secrets for Mr. Jameson.
Yeah.
Now, Jonah, don't do anything rash. There are still quite a few unexplained here. A few things unexplained here.
Are you trying to tell me that freak may be innocent? Watch yourself, Robertson. I don't pay my city editors to argue with me.
You don't pay me at all. You.
Now, this time we've got him. This time there can't be any mistake. Spider-Man is guilty, and he's going to die.
Oh, Jonah, hold on. You might have a heart attack before that.
Whew, that James is a hard man. He makes the commissioner look like a regular sweetheart. How do you put up with him, Robbie?
Oh, I usually fall asleep, you know? I've worked more than a few publishers in my time, but they've all been a little, shall I say, dogmatic.
This isn't pipe weed in my pipe.
Wow,
it's marijuana.
It's all part of the game. You put in a career on the line every day, every time you publish a newspaper. If you don't believe me yourself, well, you're finished. If you want the truth, JJJ's one of those more easygoing print people. Believe me, he is a sweetheart.
Maybe so, but if he's planning on taking the law into his own hands, he better have a good attorney. There are still some things unclear about this case. Someone moved Osborn's body before we arrived. And until we find out who's responsible, we can't be sure if Spider-Man's even involved.
I guess.
That's you.
That's you.
That's Mr.
That's Harry.
Oh, I guess we'll make sure it wasn't Luke Cage with the yellow.
Oh, yeah,
I thought it
It
was.
does. That's what I thought too. I thought it was Luke. Yeah.
He's involved. My friend, don't delude yourself. Spider-Man wasn't responsible for the Green Goblin's death, but that's something you'll never know.
That's like Peter. Wait a minute. Okay.
We won't know until the next panel.
Okay, next panel.
That's a white hand.
It is a white hand.
Yeah, but is it Peter or is it Harry? Who would care if a known villain such as a goblin was limited? Answer: no one. But Norman Osborn, his death will start a public outcry for justice. Read revenge. If I had removed the goblin's stream duck, all this would be over. And now it's only the beginning, and the death of Spider-Man will be its end. I put on the costume for myself.
Meanwhile, other minds are concentrating on that end as well. One mind in particular concerns us here, the labyrinthian brain of J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh, dear God.
Oh boy. Get your earplugs out, folks. It's taking us a while to find our way into his mind.
Who even now broods on the death of his friend and fellow financier and ponders a way to remove the threat of Spider-Man. It's catchy.
Mm-hmm.
Hero for hire. Hero for hire. Seems I heard Fox talk about this character. Man named Luke Cage. This Cage I'm looking for. To catch a thief, use a thief. That old chestnut's got a bit of truth in it. I've got to think this through a while, but I believe I found the answer to my prayers.
dawn comes pale and unpleasant to a Long Island cemetery 3 days later when Gwen rises from the dead as a vampire. The service is over for Gwendolyn Stacy. Now all that remains are the tears.
Meanwhile, at Eric Breen's house.
Eat hot death, Venkman, Froggy, and anyone else. She died young, and her death was a senseless one, if any death can be said to have meaning. Killed by the Green Goblin during a battle between the Goblin and Spider-Man. She now lies in the eternal quiet of the earth. Leave it alone, Froggy. And some there are who mourn her passing, some there who loved her.
Wait, go back. I haven't got my joke yet. Skin.
Look on one of these mourners, Peter Parker, who hides in his soul the secret of Spider-Man.
She was so young, Peter. Why do old folks like me live on with someone with their whole life ahead of her?
Please, Aunt May, don't say it. Some things just happen. Sometimes there's nothing we can do.
Come along, May. Gwen's grandparents want to meet you. You and she were close. You should speak to them.
Doc Ock's guard follows her everywhere. Even here. Wait, that guy's Doc Ock's bodyguard or something?
I guess so.
Huh. I guess this is... has Doc Ock started courting Aunt May yet?
Yep.
Oh, okay. No, it's Flash.
I'll do Flash.
Sure he will.
Say, Pete, listen, pal. I just wanted to tell you, Gwen was the greatest. She always liked you. There was never anything between the two of us, capiche?
Sure, Flash. I understand.
I hope you'll forgive me. But right now, I don't feel very much like talking. Soon, all the mourners have left, and only 3 remain.
Robbie?
It's Robbie.
Pete, Jonah sends his condolences, but he just couldn't make it this morning. He was too busy yelling at Spider-Man. He said something about Spider-Man, another business, and hoped you to accept his apologies.
Yeah, why not?
Guess
He never
thank you.
treated Gwen like much when she was alive. Why should he pay his respects now?
I know you don't mean that, Peter. Jonah cares. He just sometimes tactless.
So what else is new?
Gwen's dead. That's new.
Oh, boo.
Petey, you sound so bitter.
Not bitter, Mary Jane. Just lost. I don't know what to do without Gwen. She was part of my life.
Come on, Pete. Let me buy you a cup of Java. I think you need it.
Everybody calls coffee Java.
Yeah.
I dig it.
From the Java Islands.
Meanwhile, on the island of Manhattan, in the section of the city known as Times Square, the details of a certain business appointment are about to become clear. The building is a crumbling movie house, but the sounds J. Jonah Jameson is hearing don't come from a film.
Smack! That's my backhand.
Those sounds are real life.
Well,
It really sounds like real life. Whoomp.
Oh, his cigar shaking in his mouth.
Crash. Mister, when Cage says no, he means no.
Wow.
And that, brother, is the end of it. You dig?
wow. Norman's hairstyle.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It looks like a Black,
Oh my gosh.
Black Norman Osborn.
Are you Luke Cage?
That's the words I answer to, Whitey. You got a gripe too?
No gripe.
Why do
Shame.
you ever stop wearing the chain belt? That's cool.
Metal detectors.
Symbolic.
Metal detectors are a bitch at the airport. Then see me some other time, man. Today's Saturday. I don't work weekends. That's what I told the other dude. Didn't listen.
Perhaps if we could just talk.
Did you not just hear what I said, fool? No law against it. Just don't try to hustle me with a rod like the other punk. Gets me mad, you know what I mean?
See here. Are you certain you won't take a job today?
I swear, white people are getting dumber every day. It's like I said, today's Saturday, the day of rest. Of course, I could rest on Monday.
I thought you'd see it my way. From what I understand, you'll take any case inside the law if the money's good enough.
Jeez, Jonah.
Stop throwing the money around, fool.
Scrooge McDuckin over here.
Sometimes outside the law, if I buy what you're selling, what are you selling, mister?
This, Cage. I'll give you $5,000 if you capture this man. Dead or alive!
Funny. I thought if I got out in the air, tried my hand at some web slinging, that maybe I'd begin to get out of this mood. Nothing seems to help, though. At least I ditched that cold I had last issue, or 2 issues ago.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere I turn, something reminds me of Gwen.
Everywhere I go, I see his face.
It's not like I feel guilty. I know I did everything I could to stop it. Maybe that's what they mean by maturity, knowing how much you can expect of yourself. No, it's something else. I feel alone, more terribly alone than I've ever felt in my life.
I just got the best picture of Spider-Man from my window.
Mary Jane's been trying to help me, trying to make me relax, but it isn't working. All I can think is, I'm alone now. Wow. Here I should be wondering who took the Green Goblin costume off Osborn's body, and all I can do is moan for myself. Well, what else am I supposed to do? I'm human, aren't I? Yeah, a human spider.
That name
Human
sucks.
spider. He got my name wrong. Maybe it's time I chucked the whole thing. My heart just isn't into the superhero game anymore. I've lost too many friends, too many good people, too many people I love. Maybe it's time I hung up the web shooters. I've had it. Let somebody else play games with human lives. Spider-Man is finished.
Yay! Wait.
Right on, Wall Cutter. You'll finish and Cage here to do the job.
Damn.
Where did you come flying out of?
Magic, fool.
What the? Where's pirate boots?
Digging my threads, you freak. I figured you'd show up in this neighborhood sooner or later. Check the papers, found you seen often in these 3 places. Here and the Daily Bugle and State U.
Whoop.
Since a guy named Jameson hired me, I guess you weren't gonna be around the Bugle. And since it's Saturday, I figured you'd be State U. So,
Crack.
Ow.
here I am, Spider-Man, and I'll make it short and sweet.
Sweet
Hey, you know your future wife had a crush on me in high school.
Now you're dead, fool.
Sorry, friend, whoever you are. But if you think I'm going to take this lying down, you're wrong.
Not your
Dead
friend,
wrong.
pal.
But you're laying
You
down
will.
right there.
You will be. Wait a minute. I heard about you. You're the clown who sells his powers. Like some cheap third-rate thug.
I always knew you were
Wow.
racist.
Microaggression.
That I'll be
Yeah.
friends with in 30 years.
Yeah.
What?
Paige, you just bought yourself a mess of trouble.
Well, he's got $5,000 to pay for it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Next panel, please.
Let's all go to the live.
He wants to stick with the panel of the white guy hitting the black guy. He wants to stay on that.
That's for you.
Because you just Because you just got Spidey mad.
Clout.
Spidey Smash.
Clout?
Breaking news: Spider-Man beating up Black Man. Confirmed racist.
If there's one thing I can't stomach, it's a mercenary. That's low, fella. Real low.
Glad you said that, friend. Up until now, it was just a job.
Whatever, Tiara Man.
Maybe throwing some of those pink bricks at him.
But now you made it personal, Whitey.
Scrunch.
Think it's personal now. Forget it, Cage. This isn't gonna last long enough to become a grudge fight. I'm ending it right now.
You know I'm invulnerable.
No, I don't. I don't know your powers yet. We're not that close.
Sure you are, Masked Man. Problem is, you don't stream dog what a grudge fight is. Why, if I was mad, I might do this.
Swack.
Yeah. See him with a kiss?
Not how you like those boots, bitch.
Can't cut me off balance. Felt like I was hit by somebody's steel shovel, but with pirate boots. That man Cage is strong.
Damn straight.
Follow.
Please tell me he says Sweet Christmas in this issue. And I'm dead if I don't make a move fast. I gotta time this properly. Catch my weight on the wedding just right.
Yes, Ray Gary. My boots do taste like bananas.
Oh boy.
Splack.
Who you calling boy?
Yeah.
Oh, that haymaker though. Wow.
Now you gotta pay for
I'm
that.
digging this artwork. My God.
Can you dig it, sucker?
Nice try, Cage. Looks like the move backfired though, didn't it? With your weight, you can't stop your momentum as quickly as I can stop mine. You know, because you weigh a lot. Because of your super steel skin. Hey, don't look so surprised, friend. Sure, I guessed your secret. You must weigh at least 300 pounds. All of it muscle.
Solid muscle, brother. And it don't jive. Seems you don't think all this fighting just a game, but you're wrong. I've been fighting all my life, Masked Man. And it gets so the part of you, the part of what you are, not something you do just for cash or kicks. So don't go giving me a mouth about being nothing but a mercenary. Because, mister, it just don't cut it.
Smash!
Now.
Spider-Man impaled to the chest.
Wrong, Cage. You're in the big league now. I'm not in the mood to play with you. And when I'm against something, I don't do it.
Crunch. Bump.
Ouch.
Dig. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. I'm a white college kid.
I dig Spider-Man, but here's something you don't. Something you just have to do. This a number for a living. We ain't all rich boys like Bruce Wayne.
Whoa, crossover.
What? Bruce Wayne exists in the Marvel Universe.
He
Confirmed.
does. Yes, he should have been Tony Stark, but hey.
Seems you think that's low or something, or maybe it is. But brother, that's just the way I see it, and that's the way it's gonna be. I'm gonna get you, masked man, for the dollar and for me, and because I hate your accent.
Yours ain't exactly giving me thrills either, pal.
And so the first confrontation ends. However, the day is not yet over, and other scenes remain to be played. Other characters are still to be introduced. Thus, a few minutes later, at the apartment shared by Peter Parker and his roommate Harry Osborn.
Home again. Wish I felt as though I belonged here. The place just doesn't seem right. Now that Harry's not here, now that his father's dead. So much has happened to change everything. When Harry freaked out on drugs, the entire shape of our lives twisted. That's what pushed Norman Osborn over the brink.
Remember that time you abandoned me? That's right.
The final nudge that made him go mad, kidnap Gwen, and finally kill her. I don't think I'll ever see this apartment the same way again. Still, I can't let myself dwell on what's been or what might have been. I've got to look ahead. Try to pull myself out of... Huh? What's going on? Harry? I thought you were still at your father's townhouse, helping the lawyers execute his estate. When did you get back? I must have been asleep.
Well, after I got my father's costume, my body over there.
Oh, look at that look.
I'll get you.
My pretty.
Harry, are you okay? Listen, do you want me to get you anything? Harry?
Some LSD?
I know a guy, Roy Harper.
It's bad if I'm stuck with his haircut. My old friend walks on me.
Okay, roommate. Have it your way. You want silence? You get silence. Catch you later.
No, I'll catch you.
The evening's only begun, but for Peter Parker, it already seems almost over.
Relax, Peter, please. I asked you to come to this school concert for a reason, mister. You just got to get out of yourself, dig?
Is everybody telling me to do that today?
Yeah.
Get a show.
I know what you want of me, Mary Jane. I'm just not ready, I guess. Give me a while to adjust, all right? Just give me time.
She just died. Quit trying to hit on me. Let me drink this. A spiked punch.
Sure, Petey, but for your own sake, push it a little, huh?
Don't worry, MJ. I will. Wait. Oh, no. It can't be. Not him.
Pete, what is it? What's wrong?
Before Peter can reply, the answer becomes shockingly clear as...
Oh, no.
Sweet Christmas.
Please say
Rum!
Oh.
I know you're here, Walker. I can smell your stench. Either you face me, or I come find you. Your choice, masked man. I don't really know if that human spider here is or not. But if he is hanging around the old campus tonight, this approach might smoke him out.
The human spider. It's my name. He got my name right.
Wallcrawler? Do you suppose he means Spider-Man, Scoob?
That murderer here?
Hey, watch what you're saying, friend. Spidey's no murderer.
But who's this? And what does he want with Spider-Man?
I want Kool-Aid. Oh, yeah.
And as the stunned students mill about, muttering to themselves, one of their number ducks into a room marked men.
That's not gender neutral.
Another reason why MJ was expected he's Spider-Man because he just left again.
And 60 seconds later, he reappears as Spider-Man.
I'm disappointed in the narrator. He yelled.
Yeah.
I warned you, Cage, but mister, you wouldn't listen.
Do, 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 do.
Looks like I'm the only way I'm ever gonna get rid of you is to pound you senseless. I'm beginning to think it'll be a pleasure.
Don't get ahead of yourself with all that superhero talk, man. This is Luke Cage you're talking at. Clearly, you don't know me. Was that Spider-Man up there?
No, this is
Okay, you got it. That's you.
No, but he skipped over the line.
what line?
No. This is it. This is
I
the
did.
next
Okay, the other one wasn't part of the line.
No.
The stupid guy. And Cage don't take no bull.
Spot.
Kirk.
Now,
Boom.
now
Damn
I've
it,
had it up.
Jim, I'm a man of medicine, not a medicine man.
Captain, I can't give her any more power.
She's an
Now.
London.
Now I've had it up to here with all your mouth. You practically calling me a thief, some kind of bum, and now you make it like I was me who was the bad guy. Well, mister, I just don't buy it. And you and me got a lot of talk over.
And quit grabbing my ass.
Especially sexual harassment.
And now it all makes sense.
Splat.
That's why Zach doesn't like black people.
Oh my
Secretly
god.
does. It's not the way you think. And it's gonna be on my terms. You hear? On your feet, mister. The man hired me wants you to see that you're coming. So that you're coming. You want to or not, Stream Duck? Keep talking, Cage. Oh,
That's me. Take a breath. Take a breath.
I can't. It's too much.
Keep talking, Cage. I just love listening to you talk.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Frog, the guy in the yellow is Cage. The other guy's Spider-Man.
There we go.
That's the one I owed you.
Wait a minute. What am I doing here? Cage isn't my enemy. He's just trying to do a job. And we're too evenly matched for either of us to really win. I've got to think about this. Try to understand why I'm so angry with him. Try to...
Nice, mask man. Right, nice. Dug that one real well. Don't matter. One don't connect, the other will.
You trying to make a love connection there, Cage?
Just a matter of time, mister. A crummy matter of time.
Bunt.
That's what I'm
Hey.
afraid of, Cage. It's just a matter of time till one of us gets killed.
What if that's a bunt? What's a base hit look like?
I don't aim to let that happen, Cage.
What?
Not to me,
See you with a
Grunt.
kiss.
or to you.
Surprised his hand isn't busted.
Yeah.
His little cage.
It's
Oh.
true.
Bunt.
So we're calling a halt to this little misunderstanding, Cage. You and I do have a StreamYard lot to talk over.
Once with an H.
That
Hoot.
wascally wabbit. And to make sure we get a chance to do that talking, I'm going to web you up a bit. If you wanted to break this webbing, you could, but it's going to take you a few minutes. I
Wait.
haven't come up with the web formula that takes 6 hours to wear off yet. I think there was a Bendis book.
Took 6 issues.
That makes sense.
Zach doesn't like this.
Yeah. Can we get to a widescreen, please?
But not for the reasons you think.
Did you say white screen?
Yes.
Ooh.
I'm hoping you'll use those few minutes to listen, and listen good. Well, Cage, What's the verdict? Are you gonna let me have my say, or are you just gonna take Jameson's word for everything?
I ain't ever taken a dude's word for anything, man. You just got me mad, mister. All that talk about being me ain't nothing but a money grabber.
Maybe I have made a few mistakes, Gage. I should have remembered. I started in this game asking for pay too. Maybe we both need to do a little listening.
You said it, brother. Now talk.
Reconciliation.
Why can't we be friends?
Be friends.
Why can't we?
Why can we be friends? Oh.
Epilogue. Several hours later, in the offices of the Daily Bugle, Joe Robertson pauses outside the office of J. Jonah Jameson and listens quizzically to the sounds inside.
Jonah got his radio on in there, Betty?
No, Robbie. It's just a man named Cage. He asked to see Mr. Jameson, and JJJ said it'd be all right, but I don't think. Oh dear.
Don't sweat it, mister. Your publisher's man is real fine. Just had to return some of my money he gave me.
He just misgendered Betty.
You called Betty Mister instead of sister.
Ooh.
I said sister. Turns out I couldn't take the job after all.
Robbie looks very pleased. Betty less so.
Spider-Man!
So much for one element of our tale.
Wow, he fed his money to him.
Wow, he's got the COVID.
Let's take a last look at two other components as they meet outside an emptying concert hall.
Peter, you almost walked past me.
Oh, did I? Sorry, MJ. Guess my mind was on other things. Just had a talk with someone. Wore a tiara and pirate boots.
Mm-hmm.
You dig?
And made me realize, hey, I'm really not alone after all. I'm not really alone after all.
Next, the mark of the man-wolf.
Oh!
He gets a hickey next issue.
And that is it. We have finished a second book. Yes, and I think that was a good choice. It helped lighten the mood after the episode, after the issue before, and I'm glad we did it.
I'm glad we exposed Zach's true colors.
The what?
Yes.
Did you say the white?
The what? The what?
Oh, the what?
Can you please read this line, Zach?
Wow, he has buns of steel. And his wife had a crush on me in high school.
That's why he beat you up.
According to Brian McElvendis, Jessica
Until
Jones
she met a
had
real man who
Jessica
better
Jones
than everything.
had a crush on
Now
Peter
you
Parker.
gonna die.
Waddy.
You gonna drive, Whitey?
Don't worry, we'll be best friends in about 30 years. Don't worry.
With our conversation earlier, Jackson Roy Kirk said that Mary Jane must be smarter than Lois Lane in that case. And also says the line that Froggy, take her away.
Sweet Christmas.
Thank you,
Sweet
Jackson.
Christmas.
I was waiting the whole issue. He didn't say it one time.
Well, it's not Christmas yet, boy. Calm down.
It was just, I still have my lights up. It's still
So do I.
Son, just chill out a little bit.
Hey, don't maybe come over there, Frog.
And do what?
Eat you.
Okay.
I'll put you in a pot and boil you.
Uh-oh.
That's
Gee.
murder.
Anyway, thank you
Whoa.
so much for joining us for this issue of Spider-Man! That will be the last stream of the night. We just want to remind you to please leave a comment. Let us know what you thought of the reading, the issues, anything. Just tell us how your day is. Also, leave a like and subscribe. Trying to build a base around here. You subscribing helps do that. Other than that, make sure to check out other channels. England Teen Loves Comics should have a Jeopardy going soon. Check out
Which
Old Man
I'll-
Comics for
Which I'll be on, and Zach will be on as well.
Come
Yes,
watch me lose.
Watch me.
Yay!
Come watch me get my butt kicked too.
Sounds a little
Now,
enthusiastic
we just
there,
wanna-
Palpatine.
Yes, and now we just want to say thank you so much before we say bye.
Bye.
Sweet Christmas.
And sweet New Year's.